Hi guys, my name's Dynamic Cookie, and today I wanted to go through my FIFA 18 wish list, but this won't coincide with what the majority of these videos will be talking about. I'm mainly focusing on the little things that get overlooked, but you know, FIFA 17 is already a quality game, and I know people complain about AIDS and whatever and stuff like that. But if you think about it, it is a really good game. So we're just going to be looking at the little things that will make that good game even better than it already is. I'm going to start off with stadium announcers and the in-game commentators, because if you score like a really good goal in FIFA, and like the commentators is like, "Oh, what a goal!" It's like, really? That's not what you say. They should be like, "Oh, what a goal!" It just happens. It makes you feel like more immersed in the game. And as for the stadium announcers, like in the background you get like, and it's a goal for the home team. It's number 9, blah blah blah, and it's just like, no. If it's the home team, it should be like, and it's a goal, and it is number 9, blah 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 blah. But like, and if it's the away team, you still go with the normal board thing, because that's just how it is when it's in real life. But like, that is something so little that it would make you feel like more authentic in the game. And another thing to talk about, again with crowds and stuff, we've already had new celebrations in the game, but there isn't a lot of fan interaction. FIFA 17 brought in the going up to the signs around the map, and you can like sit on them, stand on them, or whatever. But there needs to be more with the fans, because at the moment they're just kind of like pixels in the background. They're not very well done and stuff like that. But you could get like quite a relevant one at the moment is Totti. That is relevant because Totti is obviously retiring now, and that selfies are a social trend. So you could do that. That can't be hard to put in. Just go on, take a selfie. There you go, easy as you like. The next thing is something that's been talked about in the community like quite a lot, and that's about introducing the National League to FIFA. Now, I personally don't think, as much as my team Braintree were actually in the National League, they've recently been relegated, so they probably won't get in if they do decide to do it, because they're in the South Division now. But I don't think the National League should be in Ultimate Team per se. I think it should be in career mode, along with the North and South. But maybe not as playable teams. It could be, but I'm not so sure. Because if you look at Football Manager for one, Football Manager has the North and South and the Premier of the National League, but it also has lots of divisions below that, just that aren't playable, just for cups, like the FA Cup and stuff like that, just to make that more realistic. Because it's not right that you go, if you play as a League 1 or League 2 club, that you're in the first round and you're only playing against league clubs, because there are a lot of National League, non-league clubs in there. So just to make the FA Cup a bit more better in the game, and maybe if they did make it a playable league, you could get like Cup Glory or stuff like that by going through the qualifying rounds. So that would make career mode a lot better in my opinion, because I do love career mode. I play it quite a lot. So yeah, next one. Right, this is a big one. Like, this is quite, I'm mainly focusing on little things, but I thought about this one, and that is one-to-watch cards. They're fantastic additions of FIFA. Well, the first batch of one-to-watches, so that set me for FIFA for quite a while. But we were quite disappointed, even though they did say it's only informs, that it was only informs. Like, if it had been Team of the Seasons and stuff like that. But I think it should be all special cards, barring exceptions, aka like we had this year, the Scream cards, or the Foot Birthday, where they haven't actually done anything to get the card. But I'm more talking about Team of the Tournament, Africa Cup of Nations cards, and all them that are actually in forms, technically. Like, so they should upgrade the one to watch instead of just informs. And Team of the Season, like, maybe not Team of the Year, but I think Team of the Season should increase your players' rating. And I also thought about, this is a long shot, but I also thought about having it so, say you've got a one to watch that doesn't get upgraded because they've never got an inform in the whole of FIFA of that year. They could do a little kind of, alongside Team of the Season, give it a maybe give that player who's not got an inform a maybe 1 or 2 rating upgrade. Say they've had a solid season but really haven't had enough to get an inform or stuff like that. Maybe like Bailey, he's had a decent season, just give him a +1 rating on his 1 to watch and that's it. And other players like that who just don't get informs but are solid. The next one I thought about is something to do with the draft, and that is we all get annoyed when we say one chem off getting that 190 or that 191 or whatever, and some people have like OCD when it comes to having like a left mid playing in that left forward position in the 4-3-2-1 and stuff like that. So I thought you could have a 1 position change per draft. You can't, I would say not more than 1, because then you could have like, say it's 3 or something like that. You could make like striker Ronaldo going to centre mid, and then you just like, that would be a bit too OP. But I reckon like having that 1 that's a left mid to left wing, or a striker to centre from wise and stuff like that. I have a feeling that won't be included really, because it could be abused to like a certain extent. Like as I said with striker Ronaldo, you could move him to a centre forward, and therefore you can play in a cam position, and then you could still have I don't know, Griezmann and Suarez there. So could be abused a bit, which is why I don't think FIFA will include that. This next one is so fundamentally simple. It really should be in the game. Like, it's really not hard to do, and that is simply goalkeeper away kits. This one example I'm showing you now is where I'm wearing the Liverpool 3rd kit, which is light green, and the goalkeeper kit, that is the base one set in the game that all Liverpool kits wear, is light green. Now that is a huge colour clash, and it's quite confusing when your goalkeeper's in the middle of the crowd with your players all around. If you've got to think in a quick moment whether you want to bring your keeper out or not, then it's quite hard to work out where your keeper is if you're surrounded by like 5 defenders. So that's so easy. Just change the keeper kit so it doesn't mix with the with your kit that you're wearing for your outfield players. Continuing on from goalkeepers, I also thought about the stat screen for the goalkeepers. Now this is like, it's not very well done, because you've got goals and assists. Now that really could be dropped, because how many times do you score with your goalkeeper unless you're that guy and you let your keeper take a penalty? It's not really going to happen that often. So I think goals and assists should be removed from the goalkeeper stat screen when you're looking at it, and it should be replaced by, say, clean sheets, because you'd like to know, because it's hard to tell if your goalkeeper is doing well. Like, he can make some good saves and stuff like that in the game, but you ultimately want to know whether this keeper is actually doing alright in your net. So you can have, yeah, clean sheets per game, and just like the normal stats, and also maybe something like saves per shot faced, like a ratio to see if it's like, obviously if it's like a 0.1, he's saving 1 shot every 10 shots, then that's not good, is it? So you might want to like let your keeper, or sell your keeper for that. So that's just something that I think could go in instead of the goals and assists on the screen. 2 more. First off, we have the untradables in the club. Now we did have that new update in FIFA 17 that made it so we could switch from high to low and low to high on the squad building screen, which is good. But I think you can add one more option in there that mixes everything together, just highest rated instead of quick sell value. Because if you think about it, I've got a good few players in my club that are untradable that I use all the time. So if you could just make that so it's all of my highest rated players next to each other, so I could see everything integrated, it would just make it a lot easier to pick my teams out, because I'm always going from low to high, so I can go get my untradable players, then I'm going back from high to low, so I can go get my tradable players, and it's quite annoying. So I think that could be implemented just to make that squad building a lot smoother. Final thing is handballs. These have been in the game before, I think quite a while ago. They're in career mode with an option, but I think it's a part of football. Just put it in. Like, I can't explain it. Handballs are a rule in football. Why are they not in the game? It should be. That's all I have to say for that, really. I mean, obviously you wouldn't really get red cards for that. I don't think they could justify booking players for that, because it's something that will just happen in the game. It hits your arm. It can't be proved as intentionally as it is in the real game, because it's just hit your arm in FIFA. So I reckon handball should be in the game. It gives away a foul, but nothing more than that. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've just been thinking of things over time that I would like to get into the game. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later. Bye.